Dear Tinubu, I may be very, very young compared to your age, but I have a few understanding about life. And one of such understanding is understanding of power. And I know that power is like a man that is climaxing and has ejaculated. And after ejaculating, most men will feel, so what? But power is like a state of being when you want to get that feeling of ejaculation. That is what power is. You want to do anything. You will say anything. Do anything a woman tells you just to get that feeling. But when you get the ejaculation, most men will ask, so what? That is the point. And after the ejaculation, between man and woman, darling, did you enjoy it? Yes. Did you enjoy it too? Yes. When you know you are lying, all that you're interested is that you have fulfilled your desire of wanting to ejaculate. Now, this video is not about ejaculation. It's about what power means and what does it mean to you. Yes, you said you wanted to be president. That's a beautiful thing. I'm a lover of people with ambition, positive ambition. Now you have become the president. 2 years into the presidency. What I don't know is if you are still ejaculating or you have ejaculated and you are asking the question, so what? Now what? Now, one thing with political ejaculation is that most political ejaculation don't want to come to the point of ejaculation. They want to keep pumping. If possible, pump forever. But life is not like that. I like to borrow a popular saying from the Hausa-speaking region that says, Komi dunia me carry wani. That's everything in this life must come to an end. There's nothing that doesn't come to an end. And most politicians always think they will live forever. That's why you have the president of Cameroon, even in his sorry state, wants to be president. So, I am not against anybody's ambition. But where your ambition only favors you and its sectors of the population, then I'm concerned. I feel this is the only medium I can use to talk to you. That's why I ask if you have finished ejaculating and you are asking the question, so what? Because that's the only time now I can talk to you. People are buying. Maybe you don't know what is buying, but perhaps you will know what it means to be unalive. People are unaliving. People are losing their lives. I don't know if Nigeria, we are so populous that losing lives doesn't matter because we are so many, so we can afford to lose some. I don't know if because food is not a problem to you, maybe you do not understand that people are suffering and are finding it difficult to feed. I don't know if you understand that our universities and polytechnics are graduating thousands of graduates without places to employ them or an enabling environment for these graduates to even employ themselves. The consequences of this growing population without places to employ them is crime. The wave of crime will increase. Now, more importantly, that Nigerians are enduring the hardship of hunger it is even more ridiculous that life expectancy has drastically reduced because of raging or marauding headsmen and terrorists. When you said you wanted to be president, is it that you didn't have these challenges in mind and an approach that will ameliorate these challenges? Because the issue of terrorism, hunger, didn't start with you. It only worsened with you. Now, I like the fact that I understand the fact that politicians like lying to themselves. And for some weird reasons, they believe these lies they tell themselves. Now, you will tell yourself that the economy has become better than it is before. It's a lie. Life security has been better than before. It's a lie. There is no aspect of governance, whether it's the economy, whether it's education, healthcare, security, nothing is good. Everything is bad. Now, I am not in a position to call you names. Like a copper said that you are a terrible president. That is, one cannot gainsay that. This is by far the worst experience of any governance that I've experienced, approaching 60 years. So I ask, have you finished ejaculating to the point you're asking the question, so what? We cannot continue to exchange our sufferings for your political ambition. You have 2 more years for your first tenure. Perhaps, if God allows it, you can have a rethink and approach governance squarely. Most leaders before you have failed because, to me, most African leaders are mere tribal champions and not national champions. The idea that people of a certain ethnic locations are more suitable to head certain parastatals at the expense of more qualified people who may not be from your ethnic geopolitical area is one of the banes that has trashed Africa to where it is today. There's a young man in Burkina Faso that is doing so well. Why? Because he has put the country first, not his tribal enclaves, not his religious belief, but the country first. I tell you, people are suffering. People are suffering. Nobody is coming after you like your son said, Sheyi. They keep coming after my father. Nobody's coming after you. And certainly not, you are not the greatest president that has ever ruled this country. I don't want to qualify your leadership. Just do what is right. That is the least every Nigerian can ask of you. Do what is right. Right. My name is Magnus Oraka. Please follow this page and share this post now.
Now, wow, so they say President Tinubu don't travel go France again, this time for a 2 weeks working visit. This will make the number 5 time the president they travel go France less than 2 years as president. Earlier this year, he was in France. Last year, November, he was on a state visit to France. About January, February 2024, he was in France. Shortly after his inauguration, 2023, he was also in France. But the most shocking part of this current working visit, now the statement put out to me by the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Mr. Bayo Ononuga. They say for this working visit, the president will use the period to appraise the midterm, performance of his government, to also reflect on the performance of his government, and that the retreat period will also deepen other reforms for the country. I say, wow. Nigeria is not a real place, so. Nigerian leaders are the luckiest set of people in the world. Nigerian politicians are the luckiest human beings anywhere in the world, because they can do anything and there will be no consequences. There are no consequences for whatever Nigerian politicians do. And the mere fact that the president's advisor fit put out this kind of statement shows you the level of see finish where they don't see Nigerians, and to see that we are intellectually incapacitated to put out this kind of unfortunate statements and release. That is a president of a sovereign nation with 36 states and FCT, with 774 local governments, want to reflect and retreat on his own performance as a leader. And none of these 774 local governments, they okay for the president. He need to wear clothes, enter plane with taxpayer money, and jet to a foreign country to reflect about his performance of his country from that foreign country. Hey, Nigerians, there is not level of see finish way past this one. Who do us like this? Who do me like this, Nigeria? And the mere fact where we say we as Nigerians don't they okay with this kind of irresponsible leadership makes it even more unfortunate. Nigerians, we are so used to bad leadership where we say if we see good leadership, we may not be able to recognize or appreciate it. So as it is now, I hope by the end of President Tinubu leadership, he go down build Nigeria reach the level where we say when the French president for France won't reflect about in country, he go travel come Nigeria to reflect about his policy of France from Nigeria. Ah, Nigeria, oh my shoe. But then again, there is a track record now. Not be him be the first. Buhari no do pass this one. Buhari was going to London to treat ear infection. His doctors were in London. There was a time he spent more than 3 months for London. What thing happened? At the end, the confidence be saying that INEC now they get as their backbone. No matter the calamity of leadership you provide, you can rig yourself back into power because the people you don't even need their participation for INEC to declare results. And tomorrow, Buhari can even write a book about democracy. Nigeria is not a real place. Nigeria is a simulation. And then when you get up to speak about these irregularities, you become the problem. So the president wants to reflect about in policy. There have been 30 days ranting challenge from youth. You come less than 2 years into your leadership, you increase price of fuel, increase electricity tariff, cost of living, insecurity, everything going on. Not one word from the president. But even if he speak, waiting you go talk. You travel, go overseas to go retreat. Meaning Nigeria not they okay to retreat. Those of us where they here, now mad with the mad, now only mad people feel sit down here. This place is not reflectable. For you to reflect, you need to travel overseas. President won't retreat, you not go Edo. For where today APC don't they come out openly, they talk saying that because of PDP they killed the 16 people. Politicizing an issue of insecurity and injustice in the country. You want to retreat, you not travel to Akure, where people have been protesting the killing of their citizens by herdsmen. You not go BENUE, Plateau, Zamfara, the entire northeast, northwest, the entire country is a theater of blood. But you travel overseas for you to go and reflect. Nigeria, the only confidence and arrogance where these politicians get now INEC. If you don't reflect, you don't reform INEC, there is nothing we are doing. Because whether you do it or not, whether you like it or not, they will know how to get themselves back into power. On this INEC reform, I stand. For other countries, when crisis happen and a leader don't travel, he go cut short in trip, come back to come attend to the crisis. For my country, when there is crisis at home, the president dresses or board a plane and travel overseas to reflect on that crisis of his country from a foreign land. A round of applause for Nigerian politicians. The thing where they go do for France, one day, Nigerians go, no, God go help all of us, and this country go better. This Nigeria, me, I know die here, we live here. Nigeria must work in our lifetime. May Nigeria find the courage to liberate ourselves, or we decide to remain in perpetual slavery. You know one die, you know one die. The people where they kill for BENUE and for Plateau, they no protest. This country all die na die. We either decide to help ourselves, or we continue to receive the kind of leadership, rudderless leadership and irresponsible leadership that we get. Because now the way you sit down, now so cameraman go continue to snap you. Eku in your President Tinubu, Eku Faradao in your more Nigeria, Eku reflection. God bless Nigeria. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
Indeed, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is really playing and joking with people's life in this country. If not, tell me why people are complaining of insecurity, people are crying because of excessive and constant attacks by FULANI herdsmen in different places in Nigeria, different states, BENUE State, ENUGU State, Jos. People's life are even at risk in Sokoto. As a matter of fact, Igbo people have shut down their business in Sokoto because of reprisal attack by FULANI herders. My correct people, them no be smarting. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu still get the guts and mind to dey travel from Nigeria to France. Say you won't go cool off your head. Wait till they go cool off. What have you done in Nigeria? We just want to know what you have done. We want to know how you have curbed insecurity, constant insecurity in the country. People's lives are at risk in the country. People are dying on daily basis, and you're not doing anything to make sure that they are safe. You're not doing anything as the president of a country to make sure that the lives and properties of the citizens of the country are secured. The only thing you could do is to order the arrest and manhunt of people that defend themselves as a result of this jungle justice that took place in Uromi, in Edo State. Have you not been seeing the cry of women nakeding themselves, coming out crying, calling on the federal government or the state government to come to their aid because of the way they are fleeing from their state, from their different communities, because of the way the Fulanis are born in their different houses, so killing them on daily broad daylight? What have you done as a state governor in Enugu State? Mba, what are you doing? Are you not hearing this constant crying? Shebi, you will hear when these people will arm themselves and kill the Fulanis. The people will come. I don't understand. What type of, in fact, juju did these so-called Fulanis used on our president? What kind of juju do they use on the politicians? I don't understand. It is high time Igbo you to have to wake up and defend these people. The DSS chief have said it that we should defend ourselves. No more waiting for all the security operatives, because even the security operatives you are waiting for, they are all human beings. They are equally afraid of their lives. Do you understand? They still want to protect themselves from all these Fulani headers. So which way? Remember that Fulanis are not from Nigeria. They are all aliens. They are all people that, okay, you went to another man's country. You have to abide by the rules and laws in that country. Anything that have to give you problem, you escape that. In fact, you zoom off from that place. Anything that want to give you problem, just chase that thing away for the sake of your life. But these people, they are after our lives. They are killing us. They want to take over our lands. Do you get the problem? And when the owners of the land want to defend themselves, want to protect themselves, the government will now come against us that are protecting our land and ourselves. Do you see the problem? It doesn't happen in any part of the country. But why is it happening in our own land? Why are the governments not protecting us? I will allow you guys to watch some of people's opinion regarding this particular constant attack by Fulani headers. So, and of course, people have equally heard that Tinubu is now in France, and Shetima is equally crying that immediately they reach France, Tinubu now switch role, remove him as the vice president, put his son Seyi Tinubu as the vice president for him to take over. I don't understand. And now he's not telling the public that, I don't know if you guys have seen that video, the picture, the news that has been spreading since yesterday, that Shetima is crying that he wants to quit this particular race between him and Tinubu as the president and the vice president of Nigeria because of what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did to him as they reach France. So he can't change. He changed, talk say his son will be saying Tinubu say he be the vice president, no be Shetima. Make una watch the rest of the video and feel free to drop a in the comment section. I beg, if you finish watching, never subscribe. Can you do what to subscribe? Subscription and face make you to watch our updates.
There is an ongoing massacre happening in Adani, Enugu State. Again, there is an ongoing massacre happening in Adani, Enugu State in Nigeria. Criminal jihadists, Fulani herdsmen are ravaging communities in Enugu State non-stop. Our security architecture and forces have kept quiet. Politicians are quiet. Unfortunately, Arewa TikTokers and Arewa Twitters and Arewa S users that became emergency activists and one Nigeria propagandist, they have all kept quiet because this time their brothers, aka 16 brothers that are hunters coming from Port Harcourt, were unalived unceremoniously. They have all kept quiet because at this time their brothers and sisters are not involved. Whoever wants to buy can buy. As I told to you, Adani women as well as other communities in neighboring environments are currently on the streets of Enugu. Unfortunately, the once vibrant, very eloquent, energetic, industrious, illustrious song Peter Oba, the governor of Enugu State, has kept mute, unfortunately. And it's surprising to me because I never expected Peter Oba to be quiet. I don't know what has happened. I don't know what exactly is the problem. This same report comes out from BENUE State repeatedly. In the last couple of hours, it has been repeated or reported that Plateau State, over 52 corpses have been retrieved. The same jihadist criminal Fulani herdsmen cleaning and cleansing our communities. They are in charge, oh, nobody is talking. This same thing continued to happen in Uromi until one day the people felt enough, it was enough. Whether or not they dealt with it with the right way are things that we can discuss later. But right now, everybody is silent. No government is taking responsibility. No region is asking the question. Everybody has kept quiet, and we have allowed women and men to be handicapped and left stranded. Women in Enugu State, especially from Adani, they are all currently crying and weeping, protesting daily. Nobody has answered them. This is the country we have found ourselves. This is the country we have found ourselves. And if you think that this is something that we should keep quiet about, we will not keep quiet about. Because if we say this is a country and the country belongs to us, everybody must be equal. Everybody must be treated fairly. Same privileges and power will be given to everybody. Because one tribe cannot continue to cause mayhem and disaster and do a jihadist cleansing as they are doing now. Nobody is talking. I don't know what contract has been entered on behalf of every other tribe and forefathers. But in my time, as a young person, I have refused to sign any contract with anybody. Let them tell us what they have entered, because these killings cannot be said to be that this is just inconsequential. No, something is happening. Whether the Nigerian government, whether the Nigerian people, we may need to sit and begin to ask the very important questions. Unfortunately, few weeks ago, people were shouting on social media. Right now, it doesn't bother them anymore. And I don't know how Governor Peter Oba has become this toothless and worthless. It was never in your culture. Or never, maybe I overestimated you. Maybe I overestimated you. Because this is surprising. This is surprising. Enugu people, don't be wherever you are and think that you are safe. They are coming very close. As I talk to you, it has been reported that 2 local governments are currently being worse hit. This is not to even say what is happening in Anambra, Imo, and a few other states. Edo, Kogi, Ondo, we are not handicapped. With the current state governor formally handing over the state to Kano governor, it means that whatever they like, they will do. This is getting too much. This is getting too much. Okay.
I am beginning to see it as a plan to reduce the population of the Arewa people, honestly. I am beginning to see it, because if BENUE has been crying, BENUE people have been crying for the insecurity, for the rate of killing. Now it's just, as I speak to you, within 3 days, they have lost over 60 people. Within 3 days, they have lost over 60 people, not to talk of the ones that were injured.